Yo, how's it doing, guys? Welcome back. My name is Lincoln Jack, representing WRESTHINGS. I'm back. Finally, I'm back with Wrestling Twitter this week. You know how it is. The series of episodes where we're going all to wrestling that wrestling has this week through Twitter. Twitter, the best place to get your opinions and the most untoxic environment in the world. So if you like what you're hearing, why don't you punch that like button, put your audibles in the comments. Also make sure you pedigree the hell out of that share button like your name is Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Get one too, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Let's go. Now, of course, before we continue, everyone at Wrestling sends out their love and their support to Jon Moxley, who is now going through an inpatient alcohol treatment program. It takes guts for Jon Moxley to come up, because when we think of Jon Moxley, we think of this hard, tough as nails guy, but then now he's willing to make himself feel less of a hard guy right now and just do the right thing for himself and for his family. So Tony Khan's come up with a statement here which says that Jon Moxley has allowed me to share with you that he's entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program. Jon is a beloved member of the AEW family. We all stand with him and Renee and all of his family and friends as he shifts his focus to recovery. I'm proud to call Jon a friend, and like many of you, I'm also a fan of Mox and look forward to a time in the future when he's eventually ready to return to the ring. That pop's going to be amazing, by the way. Until then, thank you for supporting Jon and respecting his privacy at this time. And yeah, just like CM Punk said in his promo on Dynamite last night, or the time I'm recording Dynamite was last night. He basically said, if you're down in the dumps, basically, get help. Just get help if you need it. There's lots of national helplines in the US, whether you're watching this from the US or the UK, for you if you need help, and we'll make sure they put it in it. We'll make sure you put the number in the description of this video as well. So Jon Moxley, I hope you get all the help that you need, and make sure, don't rush back, man. Just take all the time that you need. Get well soon, man. And just to show how Jon Moxley was is so loved throughout the wrestling community, there's a lot of outpouring of support from wrestlers and fans alike. What Matt Hardy here is saying that the love that the wrestling community has shown for Mox has been tremendous. Making the decision to change your ways is not an easy one. Jon is a raw and tough SOB who's got this. All my love and support goes out to Jon, Renee, and their daughter. Even got a tweet here from Sting saying, we're all rooting for you, Jon. And also you got NWA saying, sending love to Jon Moxley and his family. And also you got even a fan here called @AdamChalk8 here saying that good luck to Jon Moxley, who's doing a very courageous thing. It's hard to admit there is a problem sometimes. He helped a lot of us during dark times in wrestling with his performances in 2020, and I stand by him now. Can't wait for his return as he comes back and kicks more ass. Man, the pop that he is going to get is going to be tremendous. I mean, he can't be a heel after that. There were reports going around that Jon Moxley was gonna be changed, getting personality change, was gonna be a heel. There's no way that when it returns to you, and I mean that should even be the focus right now. It should be focused on Jon Moxley getting better. Like just to return, like you can't put him as a heel. Now he's got to be a face. And also you get adding a caveat of the fact that he has a daughter now. He has his own child, so now he just has to fix up his ways. It was actually better for him to actually point out that he needs to change up his ways rather than someone else doing that for him. So yeah, that's fantastic, man. Just send your love to Jon Moxley, and also call your audibles in the comments. What were your favorite moments of Jon Moxley's AEW career during the pandemic? Because I must say, I might be speaking on behalf of everyone here, but yeah, he really saved a lot of our lives during that pandemic, man, and it's time to get behind him now. Okay, so awkwardly segueing away from the Jon Moxley bit of this episode, we're now talking about who would be that person to replace Jon Moxley in the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. Because remember, he was in the semi-finals and he was scheduled to face Orange Cassidy last night, but instead last night it was announced on the show that Miro would be replacing Orange Cassidy in the match, and Miro just did his thing, man. He's going through a certain storyline right now when he's basically just he's very, very angry at God. Even in his entrance, he just gave him that look, who the fuck are you? That's basically what he's doing, man. Miro is on a run of his life, and he could have a potential barn burner when he faces Bryan Danielson at the Target Center at Full Gear. Now, I never knew how much I needed Rusev versus Daniel Bryan in my life, but I now know how much I need Miro versus Bryan Danielson. They're the same wrestlers, I get it, but then these are people who have taken the chance outside of WWE, come to AEW. They're at least 2 matches away from becoming the AEW world champion, or becoming the number one contender. So that's only kind of one match, but yeah, you get what I mean. They're just like one step away now. I mean, that's fantastic. Let's look at some opinions, man. So over here we have @Mengs Mullet here saying that Miro is the fucking man. This dude asks God if when I look up in anger, do you look down in fear? These lines are gold and he's been killing shit. He's had, in my opinion, the most enjoyable AEW run out of all the ex-WWE guys. Minus, of course, when it was Kip's gamer friend. I'm still waiting for that storyline to be like, did they just move away from Kip Sabian, or is there something down the line? But anyways, yeah, Miro, I wholeheartedly agree with Mengs Millet right here. Miro is basically feuding with God. He's doing what WWE are doing, but somehow Miro has made it seem like, oh, I'm going to kill God. Your God is dead. Literally. Like, I can't... Miro's the guy, man. He's just the guy. He's the guy. Now, this is an interesting take here from @Andy H. Murray. What does the H stands for? Let me know in the comments. He says here that I can't remember many wrestlers who balance dominance and vulnerability as well as Miro. The next story gives every opponent a believable pathway to victory, but the big man still comes out looking like the scariest creature alive. He presents himself extremely well. I wholly agree with that as well. Like, the next story, like, it started off with Eddie Kingston. I thought it was just like one and done because just because of the feud. But now everyone knows Miro's weak spot, and now the fact that everyone knows now that Miro has a weak spot, which is his neck, which is his fragile neck, but then he still comes up victorious in nearly every match he is in. It's just massive. That's beautiful character management there by Miro. Fantastic. Speaking of praise for a wrestling segment on Twitter, we had Kenny Omega versus Alan Angels. Now, I'm not sure if you guys done a history about this, but if you don't, where have you been? Well, if you do, you would know that Kenny Omega, when he wasn't AEW champion and he wasn't being pushed the way he is now as like the best battle machine and that, and he didn't have Don Callis by his side, he went up against Alan Angels again. Now, in the first match that they had, like, this was during the pandemic era, like 2020. In that match, Alan Angels kicked out of a V-trigger, and literally the whole internet, well, basically, Ryan Saturn, and then the whole IWC went mad and saying, oh, what's this? Oh, Kenny Omega's career is finished. Well, look at him now. So that's enough for AEW from me in regards to AEW as a whole and the Dynamite this week. But if you do want people just like me to be reviewing AEW, SmackDown, Raw, all wrestling, make sure you tune into the Wrestling Podcast this Friday on Spotify and YouTube. Make sure you chill with the boys, man. The podcast is just fantastic right now. It's banging on all cylinders. We had Chikara on last week. She was a brilliant guest. If you're watching this and you want to be on the episode, just give them a DM, man, because this is for the Mandem, by the Mandem. Wow. Let's go to the next segment, guys. Let's go. Alright, what we got here now? If you are Japanese and you wrestle, don't go to WWE, because this shit's gonna happen. So recently on a recent episode of NXT 2.0, you have Ikemen Jiro and Kushida. Just look at this. Just look at this. Just look at that. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Just look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm Japanese. You are Japanese. Like, that is a line straight from Vince McMahon. I don't care what anyone says. If you are a Japanese wrestler and you love wrestling, don't go to WWE, because they'll put you in segments and then they'll tell you to say, oh, I'm Japanese. I have just noticed that you're also Japanese. We are Japanese, brothers. Japanese. What the problem is? You see what the problem is? I don't look at people like Drew McIntyre and then immediately and then just focus on them because he's Scottish. I'd focus because he's a damn good wrestler and has been booked away a certain way to feel like one of the top guys in the company. Now, doing this with these guys, these aren't exactly the top people in the company, and they never will. And that's just life in WWE. But not this, man. What is this? What is this? Just look at this. What is this? What is that? What the what is that? Play something. Play the what is that meme. What is that? Oh my word, man. Man. I need to calm down before I blow a fucking blood vessel. So our guy at Black Wrestling Alliance, our guy Adrian here, says, I get scared for our people when we sign for WWE. But damn, I don't want to know the fear Japanese fans feel when they see their people getting signed. What is this? And then asks Kushida, and it says, needs to get back in that time machine. Honestly, man, I was shoving right in that time machine if there was the one that existed on this earth, because my word, from Wrestle Kingdom to Jacket Time, that's their new name, Jacket Time. My first impressions of NXT 2.0 so far, good wrestling, good talent, but man, the botches left, right, and center, and then you get karaoke here, then you get Japanese stereotypes there, and it just, I mean, it looks like a good brand. It looks like a good one for the future. I mean, who knows? They might even have better matches in the next pay-per-view that they have. But for now, I'm not impressed. Let me just say that I'm not impressed. Just yeah, that's a good talk about it as well. Make sure pause the video, go down to the comments, call your audibles in the comments, and say, are Ikemojiro and Kushida bound for they're destined for nothing. Yeah, basically. So call your words in the comments. In fact, no, let's just scratch that one. Let's look broader about NXT. Call your words in the comments, guys. What is your opinion on NXT 2.0 so far? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments. Ooh, also on Raw, yeah, we can look at Ryan Satin's tweet here. By the way, screw you, Ryan Satin, for that Kenny Omega Alan Angel's tweet. Ryan Satin actually says it. He just quotes what Kevin Owens said on Raw, and this ties into the reports that we heard in the last 3 weeks, saying that it might be for 3 more months or 3 more years. That doesn't matter. What matters is every single time I'm on Raw, you can believe I will do everything I can to give the WWE Universe something to remember. Something to remember. It seems like he's going somewhere now, doesn't he? I mean, he looks like he might be taking a little visit to Mount Rushmore. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Mount Rushmore. I'm winking and I'm saying Mount Rushmore several times because that's the faction that Adam Cole, baby, and the Young Bucks had with Kevin Owens back in PWG. I think it's either PWG or Ring of Honor on the Indies, and the line that Kevin Owens said, it might be for 3 more years or 3 more months. It ties into the rumors that Kevin Owens' deal is up in January, and that he might as well just be heading to AEW to join up with the Elite and the Super Clique. The Super Clique more, not really the Elite, like just the Super Clique. Just join up with old friends. I mean, that'd be nice to see, but then you do have to ask how much star power can AEW's division take without moving from there, without going back on their word about putting the talent over. Like what? You got the pillars of AEW, as they call it: Darby Allin, MJF, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara, who's TNT champion right now. Like, do those pillars get broken down when you're bringing all this star power in? Let's not forget, Wyndham is still Bray Wyatt, aka Wyndham. He's still without a job. I mean, call your orders below on everything I just said. Is Kevin Owens going to be leaving WWE in January, and is he going to AEW? And also, if Wyndham's going to go to AEW, let's just interact in the comments, man. Just interact. Also, if you're watching on Twitter and if you're seeing this video, make sure you interact as well. Just drop us a subscribe, drop us a like. We're cool here. We're Black British wrestling content creators, man. That's what it is, man. That's what we're doing out here. That's what. I've gone on a tangent, haven't I? Ooh, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Let me just prep myself a little bit. And now it's time for this. Acknowledge me. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Acknowledge Me segment part of Wrestling Twitter this week. This is going to be the episode. It's going to be the segment of the episode where I just point out some of those toxic, shitty, and hot and hate takes, bad takes. You know, just to make them a little bit more significant in their lives. Not insignificant, significant. Make them a little bit significant in their lives. Let's get into it. Alright, so the person that we're going to acknowledge this week is not really a low-far person on Twitter. We're going to be talking about Eric Bischoff. So what this tweet from WrestlePurists here says, they're just quoting him now from the 83 Weeks podcast. CM Punk doesn't know Hulk Hogan. Never works with Hulk Hogan, doesn't know anything about Hulk Hogan. But he's trying to get himself over with that dirt sheet / anti-Hogan community. Like, what kind of ridiculous, stinky rumor is that? Like, are you kidding me? Wow, way to generalize some fans there, eh? Well, Eric Bishop, I hope you like it, man. But you've just been acknowledged.